Welcome back to I Couldn't Help But Wonder, Divorce Decoded, the podcast where we untangle the legal, emotional, and financial threads of modern divorce, one story at a time. I'm Lorraine Silverman, and today we're talking about a subject that gets awkward fast, legal fees. Because when love fades and lawyers step in, suddenly everyone's checking the invoice. Episode 2. Love, Loss, and Legal Fees. They say all's fair in love and war, but no one ever mentions the invoice. I couldn't help but wonder, when the vows are broken and the lawyers are called, is the cost of leaving each other even more painful than staying? In a world where love may be blind, but litigation never is, I found myself asking, how do you measure the price of a broken heart? And who's footing the bill? The story, the Platinum Card Divorce. Ava and Michael were Albany royalty. She ran her own PR agency. He was an orthopedic surgeon with a reputation as polished as his Rolex. They met at a hospital gala, fell in love over oysters and shared ambition. Their life was curated. Custom furniture, matching ski passes, and a nanny named Margot. But when Ava found late-night emails from a conference colleague on Michael's iPad, the carefully arranged life started to crack, and so did the illusion of partnership. Ava called her attorney, Michael called his. What began as a disagreement over co-parenting weekends quickly turned into a cold war with subpoenas. And while they were arguing over the Hamptons' timeshare and who kept the Mercedes, the legal fees mounted, quietly, persistently, like a second mortgage. Legal breakdown. Who pays for what? In New York, each party is generally responsible for their own legal fees, but, and this is a big but, Domestic Relations Law Section 237 creates a rebuttable presumption of an award of counsel fees by the moneyed spouse to the non-moneyed spouse. This means that if one spouse earns significantly more than the other, the burden is on the spouse who earns more to show why an award of counsel fees is not appropriate. The goal? To level the playing field. Judges look at income, liquid assets, and whether either spouse is using their financial power to drag things out, to pressure a less resourced partner into settling, or whether either party is acting in bad faith. But here's the truth no one wants to hear. Litigation is expensive, especially in high net worth cases. Custody disputes, business valuations, expert witnesses, they all add hours, and each hour has a price. Even the most efficient, ethical lawyering takes time, and time is, quite literally, money. This is why many high-income couples include attorney's fees provisions in prenups, an agreement ahead of time about who pays what if things go south. Takeaway? You may not be able to stop your spouse from calling their attorney, but you can control your own expectations and your strategy. Hire counsel that aligns with your goals. Be organized, respond promptly, don't drag your feet, don't let emotion drive. And remember, some of the most expensive words in divorce are, I'd rather fight than settle. Thanks for listening to I Couldn't Help But Wonder, Divorce Decoded. If you're bracing for a courtroom showdown or wondering what happens when love turns into litigation, visit thecdslawfirm.com to schedule a confidential consultation. Next week, we're talking spousal maintenance, who pays it, how long, and why it's not always what you think. Until then, if you're facing a legal battle or just trying to avoid one, visit us for guidance and a confidential consultation. And remember, love might be free, but litigation is definitely not.